King H TCG back here. It's been a long time since I've done a video, but I've moved about 2 or 3 times since my last video and I haven't really had time to really upload anything, so I thought, why not come back? I really love this card game. My interest is peaked again. I'm still a collector of card games, and so I thought a way to come back is to just pretty much show my collection of cards, all the sets. So there's 4 original English sets. So that's the base set, A Darkness Awakens, Light and Darkness, and Break of Dawn. And then you got the 3 Japanese sets that we have, which are Rejoin, Endless Darkness, and I believe the last one is Piece of Memory, which I will just check quickly. Yes, it is. So I thought I'll just show you what I've got. I've got the first 3 sets of the English in here. I haven't got another folder yet for the rest of it. I need about probably 2 more folders because the Break of Dawn set is, almost 160 cards, 162 cards. As you can see here, this is the Break of Dawn set. Quite large. I've got a complete set of the Break of Dawn. Very, very nice set of cards. They changed the style compared to the old ones. They re-released a lot of cards with better effects or not. Obviously a big deck came out of this set, the Roxas deck, very strong, and it also introduced the form changes. So I just wanted to show that I do have quite a lot of Break of Dawn cards. I've got a full set of that. So I just wanted to show what I've got here. So I've got a full set of the base set. So here we go. Got all of them. It's interesting how they have all like the commons and unrares, uncommons and rares beforehand, and then all your super rares come near the end of the pack. I remember the last 2 I needed was Aladdin level 3 and the Goofy level 3. I got them a few years ago to complete the set. The next one, A Darkness Awakens. So I haven't got a full set of this one, unfortunately. I'm still missing a couple of cards. So missing the super rare Chippendale. I got a whole bunch of Japanese because in the Japanese set of this they were commons. So I have about 6 or 7 of these in common, but I do not have a super rare at all. Similar to the King Trident, I do not have a super rare version. In the Japanese he was rare, so I have about a play set of this. So I'm still looking for a super rare for that. Keep going. Not missing too many cards from this set. Missing a super rare version of Jack Skellington level 3. As you can see, I got a Japanese one. Pretty much worth the same amount, but I just don't have an English one. I just want to try and complete the first 4 sets in complete English. If I had like a mixture of Japanese and English, then technically I would have complete sets, but obviously it's not how it works. 2 spots here. So there's Clayton in super rare and Queen of Hearts in super rare. For the life of me, they're not worth anything, but I can't find anyone that has it. They're not even worth $1, these 2 type of cards, because they're not worth anything in decks. But something like this Jack Skellington and the Chippendale and King Trident, these were used in a lot of main decks, so they're quite expensive from people who are trying to resell these at expensive price. I found found these for like $200 each, but I'm not gonna pay that obviously because this game is dead. They shouldn't be worth that much. I understand that there's no printing, but you also need to be reasonable. So as I go through here, this is obviously cards I'm looking for. Hit me up if you've got any of these cards. I am willing to trade pretty much anything extra I've got. I've got a lot of extra cards that I'm going to put onto eBay to try and sell, but I'm happy for you to just email me and organize a trade instead of buying the cards, because obviously some of these cards can be somewhat expensive. I'm also missing the super rare Disney Castle. I've got a whole bunch of the rare version, but I haven't got the last one. I've got all 5 of the tip cards, which are pretty cool. They came in the key packs for the base set. Like when I got a collection off someone a couple years ago, he just had a whole bunch of these and there was a full set, so I thought that was pretty cool. I do have a couple extras of those. Light and Darkness. This is a very hard set to get completed. Missing probably more cards out of this out of the English sets. Remember, I didn't have an English Anthem for a very long time, but now I have one. This set has the infamous Sephiroth. I've got a Japanese version. I use the Japanese version in my deck. I only have one, so it's a very hard card to find. Probably the rarest card, if not the second rarest. Here is Ultima Weapon. Again, I've got a Japanese version, super rare. Don't have it in English. So out of Ultima Weapon and Sephiroth, they're definitely probably the 2 most rarest cards in the base kind of sets. Unless you're talking about promos. I'm missing the super rare Kairi. I've got a whole bunch of Japanese ones, but I don't have an English one of that. This card here, I'm trying to think what that is actually. Let me see, I got a whole set of cards here to look at. It's not Sephiroth. What else am I missing? Ultima Weapon. Just after Jasmine. I actually don't know what I'm missing here. I'm very confused. I'm definitely missing a couple more cards here. Can't really remember what these cards are, which is quite weird to me. Thought I pretty much remembered everything I had to get, but obviously these cards do not come out very often. But they're generally just super rare versions of rare cards I already have. So if I had to guess, one of them is the Winnie the Pooh. I know there's a super rare version of that, and there's a super rare version of Pinocchio. So I don't have these 2 in super rare. That's what the cards there are missing. I do have the King. The King's really cool. I only have 1 English. I've got a whole bunch of Japanese ones, so I use those in my decks. Got a couple promos here. Pretty cool. They're obviously good for trade. I might sell them as well, but you know, don't really know what most of them are worth. I got a couple cards here. These cards here, misprints. So the cutting of the cards are quite off in comparison. A couple Dark Riggers. Got a set of these, which is pretty cool. I've got an extra Sephiroth, but I haven't got an extra Cloud yet, so looking for that. So that's the base. There's the first 3 English sets, which are still missing a few cards. When it comes to Piece of Memory, this Piece of Memory is pretty cool. Pretty interesting set. Really cool dig in the art style. It's very much from the Kingdom Hearts games. It's not really the game art, it's more the cinematic art from the games, which are pretty cool. They re-released a few cards, so you know, King and Common. Well, it's not common, uncommon, but a very easy card to get. You know, you need this in pretty much every deck. Getting another Roxas was pretty cool. I think he's actually named Mysterious Boy here, and Roxas in the Break of Dawn set, because this one technically came out, I believe, before Break of Dawn. It's got some cool little holo, the glass in the background for a few of the princesses. Get some cool super rares of the Final Fantasy characters. You get a Cid here. Unfortunately, he's not the promo Cid, which is really good. He actually has a different ability. You get a Cloud, Sephiroth, and Leon here. Different abilities to their counterparts. So, very cool set. Got a complete set of that. Now comes to Rejoin. So, out of these 2, Rejoin and Endless Darkness sets, I'm still missing, you know, a handful of cards, most of them being super rare. Obviously, I want to try and complete the whole set before I pretty much make way of this card game. Probably end up selling it in chunks anyway, but I do want to get a whole set. Very cool cards, really cool Timeless River cards, really like it. Unfortunately, I do not have the equipment card. I think it's the Way of Dawn card for Riku here. Probably the hardest card to find. No one wants to get rid of those if they do have any, if any of them are left from people who are still playing this game or collecting it. You know, I don't even have one and I need a playset to even make this deck, unfortunately. So when it comes to probably trying to get that card for the deck, I'll probably have to pay quite a lot of money for that. Some new organization cards, which are pretty cool. I'm missing the Donald super rare here. You need the Donald to pretty much make the Timeless River deck, so looking for that. They introduced Mulan characters in this set, which are pretty cool. These three were quite a pain to find. They're not really good cards, but they're pretty interesting, so I thought it was pretty cool. A couple more Nobodies. The Nobodies are really cool in these sets. So not too much missing, but I'm missing probably the two main super rares out of that, and I've pretty much completed that set. Oh no! That is not good. It was in order, but now it's not going to be in order. So this is probably the set that I have the least amount of. Endless Darkness, as you probably would have seen in the last video, I opened, I think, 3 or so packets, or 5 packets of Endless Darkness. Really cool to be able to open, you know, a pack of cards from this game that has been discontinued for so long. Fresh cards. I actually have some more cards coming in, new packs. I've got Darkness Awakens packs coming in. Very hard to find anything that isn't just the base set, but I have all the base sets, so I don't really want to spend money on getting the base set. So we got in this one the GSRs. So one of them was the Final Form Sora, the King, and his own type of form, and Maleficent, who I've got back here. Pretty cool. Got all 3 of those. Probably the hardest cards to find, but I've got the whole set. I'm missing Zayax's form, master form, or whatever it's called in this one. So it's a super rare I'm missing again Donald Halloween Town version. So in this one they introduced a lot of the Winnie the Pooh new art, which is pretty cool. So now you got Owl with the same effect but a different type of art. They introduced a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas set cards in this, and they made the deck a lot better than it was. Santa Claus being a really good card, even Sora's Halloween Town, actually stupid amazing. So I'm missing a couple super rares. I've already got a set, so that's my extra one compared to the one in there. Nothing crazy. Got a lot of new Heartless in this, which are pretty cool. I'm missing one of the Nobodies, which is, who is that? Zigbar's Nobody, or must be Zigbar. So yeah, that one's Sayax, isn't it? I don't know what the Zigbar is. I think it's Sniper or something similar to that. Rock and Ice Titans. So I thought I might just, you know, show what I've got. I'm gonna put some stuff on eBay. Unfortunately, the trading site I used to use to get a lot of these cards is discontinued now. They shut the website down like 6 to 8 months ago, which is pretty shitty. It was probably the easiest way to get any of these cards, and you know, there wasn't probably many users who were really active on it, but there was enough where you could probably slowly trade cards and stuff. So unfortunately, the only way I can really get these cards to people is probably through eBay. But if you want to trade because you don't have the money that I'm going to sell some of these cards for possibly, just hit me up and I'll gladly trade, and we can try and organize something that's fair. I am, you know, obviously missing a few cards, as you can see. Definitely want to build a few more decks, because kind of I just love building decks. Want to build like an organization deck of each character, but I'm just missing a couple like Axel cards to really hit that out. I want to do a revamped version of Nightmare Before Christmas, so that'll be another one. And just probably my main deck that I use. So I do have a deck that I use I haven't shown off yet. I I reckon is quite strong, if not probably the second strongest. Obviously, I don't have the Way of Dawn, so if I had that, obviously that's the best deck at the moment, in the end of the game anyway. But I have a deck with Riku level 1. I reckon his effect is probably the coolest out of all the sets. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I'm coming back. Try and upload a few more videos, so go have some pack openings. And just some trade videos, I guess, and some decks, I guess, you know. Well, that's all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.